We all want to know what will happen to us once we die. And the question that arises is, will I come back as another form of life, as a spirit or something else? Or will my soul linger around those I truly love? Or will I just become a faceless body in the earth? All these questions and things we start to think about once we grow older, and how the fact of death starts to become a reality to us. I know most of us has been in a haunted house or experienced some kind of paranormal phenomenons. And is it true that ghosts and spirits and other things out there could exist? The question is yes, they can. Sometimes you see things from the corner of your eye and you just don't think it's real. Or hearing something that you can't explain by the means of science. Is very scary and can cause a cold shiver down your spine and cold spots. In fact, this has happened to me myself. And I'm actually credible to talk about this because I've actually myself has witnessed paranormal activity, and I come from a very religious background of shamanism, which we highly believe in the spiritual realm and other spiritual beings. And I've done a little bit of research about the paranormal myself. And so today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about why you should believe in the paranormal, because you should, and how other religions like shamanism also believes in the paranormal activity. So, why paranormal is real? Because some things just can't be explained by scientific means, like seeing things and then seeing it disappear in the blink of an eye can be known as paranormal phenomenons by a professor Dukley at the College of Knox College, and he is a psychology. From unexplainable events that can happen with no scientific means, from orbs and figures taken from a photo. This can all be considered paranormal activity. Um, Personal experience can also cause a person to believe in the paranormal and supernatural by their religion or other stuff. So me myself is my religion and my personal experience that I had with the paranormal. So when I was a kid, I've always saw this till recently. I've always saw this figure at the end of my hallway. So I lived in this house, the house that I'm living in for a very long time since I was a kid, and I've always saw a figure standing at the end of my hallway. Sounds really hard to believe because I myself did not even want to believe it myself. That's why I never put much thought into it, but I just knew that there was something there, but I just didn't care because I wanted nothing to do with it. So, moving on, there was uh, a figure at the end of the hallway. So I'll give you a quick description. The hallway starts at my bedroom, and across my bedroom is the bathroom, and down the hallway is my mom and my sister's bedroom. And at the end of the hallway by my mom's door, I always saw uh, a teenage boy standing there, but he didn't look like he came from this era, and he was wearing fur clothing because I can't really tell, but I'm gonna say it was fur clothing because I could kind of see blackish and brownish fur on him. I can see him, but can't see him at the same time. I can see the outline and what he's wearing, but I never saw his face. And growing up, I always thought it was nothing. I was just seeing something. Well, not seeing something. There was nothing there, okay? That's what I thought. So I just shrugged it off. And as I grew older, little things started to happen. And one time I was sitting by my bed, and for me, I don't have an actual door. I have like a curtain door. So I was sitting next to my bed, next to the curtain door, and it just flung open by itself. and this scared the crap out of me. But I was like, this didn't happen. I'm just seeing things. This did not happen. So I closed the curtain and just continued on with my life. And other small things started to happen, but not as much as this one. Was I scared? No. I wasn't scared at first, but I knew that nothing was gonna happen. But soon I have an uncle and he's shaman. So shaman, I'll get more into the shaman thing later. So he saw the figure. He never really been inside my house as much. So when he came to visit me and my family, he saw someone standing at the end of the hallway and said it was a teenage boy who lost his family from a very, very long time ago. And he used to live in our wooden bar, but we threw away the wooden bar. We burnt it down, but except for a few pieces we kept. And he used to live in the wooden bar because that's where he was waiting for his family, but we tore it down and he got scared because his family died to bandits, and his parents said they would come back, but they never came back for him. Or so that's why he came into our house. And this was a little bit scary, and this is when I kind of started to believe it because I always saw him standing there, and this is my personal experience of the paranormal activity. And I know a lot of other people who've had personal paranormal activity, but this is my personal, so I think it is really, really real and that the paranormal actually exists. We did a few rituals for him, not like crazy rituals, but just like a blessing for him to move on, and that his family was waiting for him in the afterlife, and so he moved on. And this is my personal experience, and this is why I believe in the paranormal activity, even though at first I did not really believe in the paranormal activity, but now I do. There can also be, so this is also included that shamanism believes inside the paranormal, and so does Christianity and Hindu and Buddhism. So, Christianity, they believe in the Holy Spirit from Allison Haggy of the Boston News Station. And there's also different kinds of like other spirits and demons that could be known as paranormal activity by Valerie Van of the Supernatural Belief Organization. So there are also other things out there which could be considered paranormal phenomenon or activity, and shamans can communicate with good and evil spirits. According to the Shamanism of Foundation organization, even though I already knew this, I still need to somehow cite this. And Hindu also believes in some kind of form of paranormal because they believe in different kinds of gods. I know they have like probably over 100 different kinds of gods, and they believe in different spirits. And a bad spirit that I do know they do believe in are jinns, which can either be, even though I did say it was bad, they could be either good or bad, but most of the time I've heard that they are bad and evil, but that's not always the case. And so there are many other religions that believe in the paranormal, and from my personal experience, shamanism, we really believe in the paranormal, and we have like, for example, the Indian tribe, they have a shaman also. So this so Indian and my religion, we are like almost the same thing. We believe in the same like spiritual beings and concepts of the spiritual realm. And so we always have, it's almost like a priest, I guess, but like a shaman priest, I guess, that we have that can like connect more with the spiritual realm. And I know a few people in my family that are shaman. So my uncle Vought, like I listed earlier, the one that came and saw the ghost, and my sister actually has the ability to heal, like spiritual healing, not really physically, but spiritual healing that can help. And just because you don't see it or can't explain it does not mean it never existed. Paranormal is very scary and real, and many cultures and religions have different types of beliefs, but similar paranormal entities and beliefs. Now, that hopefully you believe in the paranormal. I hope you do, because once you experience it yourself, you start to question what else could be out there. Around my property, I sometimes see a dark, tall shadow person, and I'm not sure whether he's good or bad, but I've started recently seeing him after the incidents with the teenage ghost boy that lived in my house, and I started seeing him around the house, around the rocks and near the gates where I actually go to feed the animals, and I see him not really often, but often enough to know that there's something around my house.